So I'm going to give you a plot tour today of all the plots. I'll show you this one first. This is the first one we got in April 2021, I think. Yeah, because this will be our third year, going into our third year with this one. So I'll show you this one first. So that's the polytunnel, and then, excuse the shadow. Woo. So we put this fence up just to really have a bit of a boundary on your plot. Some people don't like them, but we chose to keep a fence on. That's my little herb wheelbarrow that I broke the handle off the other week, but it's going canny. Got some nice stuff in there. So here there was a base where we think a greenhouse has been at some point, but we flattened it all off as good as we could, and then we've lined it and then put compost in, and then we've got like 2 large beds. We had our onions in that one, and we've had sweet corn, potatoes, radish, lettuce. We've had a bit of everything in here over the years. This is called our wooden structure. So if you ever hear us saying wooden structure, this is what it is. Now that potting bench, I think, was in the polytunnel, but we moved it out here, and it fit great in there. Fits brilliant. But this wooden structure, the lad who had it before was actually going to make hotbeds. So all that in there is like underneath. I mean, Eric stapled it, but what we're going to do is we're going to keep it lined like that, fill it with twigs and stuff, and then put some compost, and then have some tomatoes in this area. And the roof is going to get chopped down at some point, and we're going to make just a roof over this bit. So look forward to that project. Further down, this was also a base for a greenhouse. It's like a hardcore base underneath, and there's been some wood posts in at some point. I've just got a bed here with some onions in. I need to rejig this up because it's falling apart a bit. And then down the back we've got the shed, which is being put in the most ridiculous place. Like, it's up on a it's got a platform, but why not have it in that corner? There's just all this space at the back wasted. We've got IBC. But yeah, like, why not put the shed in that corner there, facing up over? It's just so annoying when you look, because it's like it's all that space wasted. It's just ridiculous. You can go like round this side as well, and then we've got a water butt here, which is frozen. Just break that up in case there's any little birds fall in. Yeah. But yeah, it's just ridiculous the way they've put the shed there. It's just crazy. And then back up here, that's the bottom of the wooden structure. See, there's even a gap like at the back of there you can't really do anything with. You can't do anything in there. So I don't know if we're going to chop and drop the roof and do stuff with this to get it all different. And then the polytunnel. Say hi, Eric. Hiya. Hello. So yeah, we've got all these beds in here. We had tomatoes in here last year. We had onions, leeks, radish, broccoli, cauliflower. Our first year in here, we had broccoli and cauliflower in these 2 beds, and they were absolutely amazing. It was great. And because they were in here, there was hardly any bugs or anything like that, because it was obviously covered in. Now it's aerated on the bottom. It's just netting on the bottom. And we think at some point they've had like sheets like that along the sides to keep the heat in. You don't need to keep the heat in here. It's absolutely boiling in the summer, because you get the sun all day long, right that way. But yeah, we would chip down here the other week, and it's so much better than it was before. There's this corner as well. We don't know if we're going to just put, I think you said you're going to put a bed in that corner, didn't you? Yeah. And then we've got shelves there. But that's about it. So this is plot 2 and number 2. Plot 40 and plot 40 and 40A. So I'll take you in here and show you this one. So the door's like a hobbit door. Just the right size for me. I've got a duck still, because you've got to step up and in. And then here we are. So, infamous shed. And all of Eric's stuff in there. That was tidied out the other week, as you saw. Did a cracking job. Hung all these tools up on the wall and that. So in this corner, IBC storage area. There's a greenhouse in the back that was on here when we first got it, but it's got no glass in. There's all the fittings and everything. But we need to take it up to the other plot and see if it'll fit down the bottom next to the shed. That's what Eric's wanting to plan. Our first few beds, our big hooped bed. There was 3 trees there. There was one in the middle, but we wanted it out. We didn't really get any fruit off it last year, but somebody said we needed to feed the trees, so that's what we're going to try and do this year. Get some fruit at least off this one, because that's the biggest. And then obviously all our area for the beds. We made that one last week. I made this archway last year. It's got a posh bit on the top. They spin round, but I can't reach them. And I did the peas in there last year. Look at all the tulips coming up. They look amazing. And the lovely, sparkling, clean greenhouse. Got our compost bin down the bottom. So Eric put that together, and then me and our son Ethan, we put the plastic on, and then we got the sides all fitted in. Eric wants to try and make a front for it, where you can just slide it up and down. It's quite a big area, and obviously it doesn't generate a lot of heat because of that. But that's you know, it's in the making, isn't it? I did want to put herbs in these planters, but again, it's something that is on the to-do list. And it seems like there's a bit of a hole in here. I might say Tommy somewhere. He's in there, little pony. And then round here, not much can go on round here. It's just a storing fly-tipped area at the minute. And then the infamous cree, same as Eric's shed. This is our little potting area in here. We think at some point he's had a grapevine over the top, because there's a lot of stuff up there that's possibly off a grapevine. So this was all a big bench, the same as that down there was up here. Eric ripped it all out. I lined it. We put the compost bin in there with all the soil. And then step up, and this is the part of the pigeon crate. So we tidied up in here a little bit, put all our wall plastic bottles. They were the shelves out the shed. And then this is where I call the kitchen, because I've got the kettle and everything here. It's a bit chilly today because it was -2 or 3 through the night. So it's very, very cold in here because it doesn't get the sun until later on. So that was one door that we used to use. But I'll just take you through. That's off the van, needs to go. And it comes all the way through here. Loads of storage space. Again, it's very cold when there's no sun. And then this little bit, one of our friends who's got a couple of plots further up, he built this door for us last year. Did a cracking job. And that gets out to the beck. So I'll just unlock it and I'll show you that now. It's like going into Narnia. Right, I'll just grab you and then show you through the door. Can't get it open. Right, hold on, need 2 hands. Yeah, I can't get it open. Oh, I'm sorry. I literally haven't got the strength to open it. This handle needs to be bigger. Oh, come on. There we go. And then if I jump down, oh, there we go. And it's out here. This is just all mess and rubbish. There's tyres and all sorts down here being dumped. Well, yeah, this is what we call the beck, a little stream that runs down the back. The council came out not so long ago and made it a bit more free flowing because it was all blocked down the end. It actually leads down to a little part of a river, which then leads into the River Weir, which is literally like down the road from us. So yeah, that's good. Good water source if we can manage to get something to get in there and pump it up and out. So, right, I'll let you go while I try and get this door shut. So this is plot 3. You have seen it before, but just very little videos. And it was in the summer. It was midsummer when I showed those videos last year. But I'll show you around now. So that's the gate. And then this bit. And then this little path is kind of like our border, our boundary. There's just all this like spiky stuff growing up from everywhere. It's ridiculous. The shed's not up to much. Not really a lot in there. The greenhouse door's in there, like. What have you done?
Pulled a nail back.
You pulled a nail back again? So there's this little greenhouse on. It is a bit knackered. It's just like a plasticky one. The back's coming off and that. But there's grow bags in there of whoever's had it before. All this big fir tree was cut down at the back as well. It looks like the guy out the back's actually cut it back. Because we didn't chop that back as much like that. We left it because there was birds nesting. Couple of compost bins. That big red bucket's full of water. All these bread baskets and that, and another water butt. There was rhubarb up in that corner. I can actually see it coming back through as well. We don't do a lot of rhubarb, so I might dig it out and see if anybody wants it. But yeah, this is what we cut down last year from the big tree. And I said we need to try and get it all chopped up and use it as a green path here. But it's still composting down. We can still probably use it. But there is a couple of paths somewhere. And if I go down here, there's a bit of a path there where these little bins are. Then that one, oh there, it's up the middle, it's that bit there. But it's this spiky stuff. It's like just grows like wildfire. There's like bushes everywhere. We tried to trim them down as much as we could last year, but obviously not doing much. A lot of people tend to fly tip in here as well because it's just on the back road from the houses. Loads of complaints and stuff. So yeah, it's a canny little size, a good little size. We just need to get some work done to it and crack on. There's another access gate up here, and it was wide open when we've just come down there. So the guy from the council was actually using that gate to get access to this one, and the lad who's got that one there. Now he messaged us not long after we'd got this plot and told us who the guy who'd got that plot was, and we actually know him. Our kids went to school together, so I messaged him and I said who it was, and we said we were going to come up and meet up and everything, because his gate at the minute is completely blocked and he can't get in. We've got a lock on that gate there, but I think the council guys he did ask, he did say like, oh, can I get access through this gate? But it's starting to get to the season now where people are doing the gardens, and it actually looks like this has recently been chucked over by somebody who's chopping some bushes down. So we just want to make it secure, and we're going to start coming up here. Once the beds are done down on plot 2, we can start coming up here and clearing it away.